Hi everybody and welcome to episode 11 of the Trophy Tour, where as you can probably tell I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that I didn't get to leave Sturm Graz as planned due to the fact I couldn't find any jobs whatsoever. I quit no, let me start again. I put in a save just before I wanted to resign on the 10th of May. I kept simming through about 3 months of gameplay. Absolutely nobody wanted to hire me, whether it be Rosenberg or Pauk or anything, even though I had a pretty good national reputation, which I'll show you now. Yeah, that's not too bad. Like, it could be better, but I'd say a lot of teams would want a 71% like national reputation manager, but incredibly not. And I'm stuck in Sturm Graz for one more season at least. But the good news is that I have a Champions League game coming up against Lech Poznan, which should be very exciting. I haven't really had many opportunities in the Champions League, and it's just a matter of taking advantage of it, I suppose. We need to get into those groups and improve our financial situation. But since a few days ago, Sports Interactive patched the game with the 14.2.1 patch, and one of the most important things was giving more of a kind of leeway for players to get more jobs. So that would have been very handy if I was just a few days late finishing my campaign with Sturm Graz, but we'll have to wait and see if the patch has made any difference, because I'm not leaving Sturm Graz for the time being. I may as well stay and show you what I've been doing in the transfer business side. So it's been a very busy window, and we've spent big and we've sold even bigger, especially this man Robert Beric. I decided it was time for him to go. It was a big decision, but he could have stayed. But you look at him now, he's got 37 grand per week, and he's now in the Premier League with Nottingham Forest. So I was like, I didn't know what to do, but I decided I may as well take the big profit. He signed for just 1 million and he's sold for nearly 3 million, so that's good enough for me. We've let go of some reasonable players, but this guy here, Jean Ole Horak, could be a very good new gen. Shame he only plays in the one position, but he's doing very well for his Premier League team, Altac, and hopefully we'll hear more from him in future. Kropfel is gone, Sloffer is gone, Hotzel is gone. He's gone there, but we have to pay some of his wages since he's not too happy about playing in a bad league. And then Milan Dudic, I decided to terminate his contract since he was wanting to retire for a long time now, and that was no problem. He went for absolutely nothing, and Plique has gone as well. In terms of my signings, Sebastian Schupan is my new left back, as Jean-Christy Vegerol has also left the club. He could be pretty good, but he's experienced head, and that should work just fine for us. On the right hand side of the defence, I have another Spaniard, Unai Medina, who earns the same amount of money as Hotzel used to do, and he could be handy, particularly with those mentals. They're very strong, and we could definitely do with more Spanish speaking players. Lucas Rodpuller, you'll remember I brought him in from Austria Vienna. He could be very handy. Just 2k per week, but I'm saying he want a rise since lots of players got rises. Stuart O'Keefe is also our midfield man. We brought him back. He can be very handy. Nikolic is back as well. He hasn't done too great though. A bit of a bargain buy here, just 26,000 for Paulo Albarracin from Peru. So he's got excellent defensive-minded stats in the midfield, and that could be very handy when it comes to our midfield. We could definitely do with someone like him being able to tackle for the ball and that sort of thing. And then my potential replacement for Beric, I wanted to splash the cash, but I couldn't find anybody suitable for the role for the right price, so I decided to take Elvis Manu on loan from Feyenoord and see how he does. He's got insane potential if we somehow get a hold of him in future, but he's not quite fit enough yet, and we'll have to carry on. So the coaches are particularly pleased with Jurchen now. He's the local talent, and he could grow to another few stars. We'll just have to wait and see. Have I made the big mistake that I would have crucified my successor for doing? We'll have to wait and see. But as for the Premier Division, we've won our first game by 4 goals to nil. which was absolutely amazing. Just the players were loving every minute of it against Wacker Innsbruck. Vujadinovic, Esposito and Jurchen all scored an own goal just to start things off. And then a poor 1-1 away draw to Grodig. We never really got into the game, even though we dominated. So just lessons learned, I'm afraid. And that puts us third in the table. But crucially, Red Bull and Rapid Vienna are behind in these early stages. So that should be all important. There was a young Austrian fellow I want to look at. That he plays up front for them. Who is it again? Where is he? Let's see him here. Is he? No, I'm not too sure. He's one of the young Austrian strikers. No, I'm not too sure. I have to look up his name. So yeah, sorry about that. I'll probably look into that later. He's meant to be a good striker. But anyway, our big game against Lech Poznan is coming up. The Champions League will be desperately important to our funds because we don't have much transfer budget left. We have a lot of wage, but you can see we have 5 million in the bank, and we could pretty much double that if we got Champions League football, which would be great for Austria since the league lost a bit of reputation since none of us did well. So here we go. It's the Champions League. Lech Poznan are a very good team. They made the Europa League group stage last season, and we can't underestimate any champion of any league whatsoever. And I'm going to be playing this 4-4-2 formation. With a bit of luck, it'll work out. Alba, Rakeen and Antolic will be enjoying those positions. Esposito hopefully will be raring to go as well. So fingers crossed. We got, every reason to succeed in this game, and it would mean a lot to this club to play Champions League football, because I don't know how they've been faring in European football. It's been a long time since I've heard of Sturm Graz in Europe. Esposito gets the captain's armband today, but fingers crossed we put in a positive home performance, which should be a sellout, and just have to hang on in there. We got Nikolic as a target man. Support, yeah, that'll be good. I think it suits him alright, but he didn't start the season well, so we need to bear that in mind. They have some good players, but they look fairly tired, and it's just a matter of giving it our best shot. We need to win this game, and we need to change this to short play too. Yeah, okay, so we're the favourites, but just say give the fans a performance they're expecting, and that should work, no problem. So we have a disastrous European record in our 2 seasons here so far, at least my 2 seasons. I'm playing Titan in goal, even though he's not fully fit. It's a bit of a risk, but I trust him more than Grazie, who is of course the comic relief in my vote of the year sort of thing. So fingers crossed. We've lost 2 of our 3 games in Europa League, so no messing about now. This is the Champions League. This is where the big boys play, and this is where hopefully Sturm Graz will step into the limelight for the first time in a long time. That was a good effort by Jurchen trying to cross the ball in. It's up to him now. He was great in my first season, but he suffered injuries in the second season. Oh, that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal within the first 40 seconds. So I have hope that Jurchen will step into the role of the new number 1 striker, and it's important because I haven't signed many Austrians to my team. Here's Christian Clem, back to Magdiel, and that's the end of the highlight. Come on, give me a break. We're doing well in possession so far, but that doesn't matter because we haven't had any shots. Come on, guys, come on. So Lanetti is going to be foul. He's going to be conceding a free kick. Here's Esposito. Vujadinovic. Ah, that's a poor ball from the defender. And now here come Poznan on the counter. Here's Mikovic. Oh, the defending is pathetic. Come on. Fuck's sake. That was very poor. 1-0 to Poznan. And we need to turn this around immediately. Here's a goal kick from Titan, who is playing against probably one of his former enemies. And here's Jurchen away. Oh, that was terrible. We're going to change those instructions. Drop deeper and get rid of the higher tempo. That was terrible. Excuse me. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we're looking nervous in the back. This isn't good enough. It's 1-0 at half time. And this is not a good day. You don't want to be going away from home without scoring at home first. That was very poor from my team. Jurchen having a much better game than Nikolic. So perhaps Beric was the talisman that I should have kept, even though the money would have been great. There's not much I really could have done, you know. But I could have done something. And we're in trouble now. Right, we're going to bring on another striker. I'm going to play Best Jack, if I can pardon. Nikolic not enjoying life so far. And I'm going to make him attacking. And Jurchen can now be the poacher. So hopefully that works. I think Omrani will suit this advanced playmaker role. Give him a go. See how he does. Vujadinovic having a poor game so far. That's not expected. I would have hoped he would have relished this kind of game. And I have to consider the Europa League as a consolation prize if we can't score here. Come on. We're getting dominated now. They're in control. Yeah, we're going to go overload. This is terrible, lads. Clem is tired. Castellano, come on. Yeah. Come on, lads. Come on, do something, please. Please. No, that's it. Advantage Lech Poznan. Oh, they'll be absolutely thrilled, and we've let ourselves down again in Europe, but there is still a bit of time to do something. But you know, I'd have to probably look back and consider the 4-4-2 again, even though Alba Racine did much better in the second half. That was very poor, and we have a lot to do in the second leg to turn this around. So there you go. There's the new patch in work. You know, it doesn't let me read anything. It just goes straight into the next screen, and there's not much I can do about that. So the other results: Molde have cruised it, Bate have cruised it, Copenhagen and Elfsborg having an interesting game. Stauda, Bucharest there, Celtic no problems, and there are the other games as well. Austria Vienna drawing away to Benfica. That is a big result, and we've let our nation down there. They deserved it, but we should never ever have lost that game. That was terrible. That was very terrible. Alright, so there you go. We'll live com the second leg as well. It's not too far away. There it is, just 1 week away, and we know we have to turn it around. I know the team probably weren't too happy with me changing formation, but it was a risk I felt was necessary, and now our season hangs in the balance, and no screwing about anymore. We need to go to the Bulgar Ska and win that game 2-0 at least. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll speak again very, very soon for hopefully more Champions League. Bye bye. See you soon.